Hello everyone, so today is the Q&A video, but before we start, I just wanted to say thank you so much for 5k subscribers. I really didn't think a niche channel like this would grow so much. 5k may not be a lot in general, but it's a lot for me, so thank you. So first question is from Washahat Ali. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. And they asked, what are your other favorite games other than ML? I like to play games like Fortnite, Valorant, IDV, and then there are also some minor games like Roblox that I like to play, and occasionally Genshin Impact. And next they asked, fave ML YouTubers, my top 5. This is kind of tricky because I feel like if some people were to watch this, I would be in trouble. But if I were to have a list, I think it would be something like this. Are you guys ready? Because I'm scared. Obviously, there are a bunch of other content creators that I really like to watch, but it's kind of hard to fit everyone in since I think everyone does such a great job. Next question is best quote you've read or heard. Now, I don't know if this classifies as a quote, but since it's like from a book called A View from the Bridge, I'm gonna assume it's a quote. Now, I won't read it because it's like really long, but what it implies is that no matter how much you love or how much you're obsessed with somebody, you can never control them. And finally, he says, Eid Mubarak in advance. Now, by the time I'm recording this, it's well past Eid, so late Eid Mubarak to everybody. Next question is by Dian Kamala. And they're asking, do you still play Cookie Run Kingdom? I saw your vids from years about it. No, I don't play Cookie Run Kingdom as of now because I kind of got upset with how it's very pay to win in a way. It's like they release a unit and after 2 weeks that unit is completely useless. I'm not even joking. One example I can give is probably Crimson Arrow Cookie for those who play Cookie Run Kingdom. I felt as if upon her release she was really good, but like after a while, who's really gonna use her? Next question is, out of all heroes, why did you decide to pick Selena as your main hero in MLBB? To be fair, what I do when I play new games and I want to pick like a character to play, I always like scroll to the character list and see who's the prettiest. And yeah, I saw Selena and I was like, that's gonna be my main. But then when I decided to play with her, I realized that she actually takes quite some skill. And then I was like, hell yeah, even more so I'm gonna play her. So basically that's the story. Next question is, sorry if this sounds rude, but do you perhaps have a job or are you still in a student position? As of now, I'm still studying, so I don't have a job. But eventually I would like to get one. Next question is, do you have any contests or competitions in the future planned for your YouTube channel? To be honest, as of now, I don't really have anything in mind, but all I know is that I definitely have some video ideas, but not for any competitions. But obviously, if my channel grows, I will definitely try to do some contests or competitions. So thank you for the idea. Next question is by Flowy TWM, and they said, what or who got you into MLBB? Which YouTuber do you enjoy watching in your free time? To be honest, I found MLBB at a really young age because I was scrolling through the app store and I was like trying to find a game to play, and I found MLBB. Nobody told me about the game or nobody introduced me to the game. I just found it on my own. And as for YouTubers, I really like to watch Petoski. And then they said, how old are you? You sound like you could be 15 and 20 at the same time. Well, I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but I won't be disclosing my exact age, but what I can say to the general public is that I'm still a minor, so. Next question is by Affiliator Gamer. And they said, any future plans? Are you planning on continuing playing and producing MLB content or even try playing at a tournament level? Well, as of now, I still want to keep producing content because I find it really fun, and in a way it's kind of like my personal journal but online. And as for tournaments, I would really love to play in tournaments, but it's gonna be kind of hard because I only play Selena, so if they ban that, then GG's. But obviously I can try and learn other heroes, but it's gonna take a lot of time, and I don't know if I can find a team that is patient enough with me. Next question is by Super Kamiguru. As a Selena main, do you have any special tip for a guy that's sexy-acing her like me and probably others? It's just impressive seeing you hitting so easily a flying Fanny, yet I can't even predict correctly a walking Layla. Well, as I've been saying, it's gonna take you a lot of practice and experience to be hitting really fast heroes such as Fanny, obviously, and maybe Harris or Ling, etc. But what I will say, something that I do against Fanny is, it's kind of selfish, I know, but I know that Fanny players usually want to target somebody that it's really easy at hitting or like killing or whatever. And what I would do is I would aim my arrow on them, so like by the time Fanny were to dash towards them, they would get stunned and then we can easily kill them. Now, in practicality, it's kind of hard to do because not every Fanny main is the same, and obviously those with much more experience will know how to avoid Selena's arrow. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. Or else just fill your team up with like a bunch of Fanny counters, I don't know. Next question is by Stan Lunar69, and shout out to them because I always see them in my comment section. And they asked, most important question, are you a Gemini? Yep, I'm definitely a Gemini. I'm not lying. I'm not. Next question is by It's Slimy Here, and they asked, what heroes in the enemy team that you hate fighting against when you're using Selena? To be honest, I would say Kufra, but since I've learned how to play against Kufra because he's like really picked in 5Qs and maybe Trio Qs, I've learned to adapt against him, but I would say Sun because he's absolutely ridiculous. I literally can't. As a Selena main, the one weakness that I have is Sun. I can't get that monkey out of my games. What's your favorite anime, movie / film? As for animes, I'd say Blue Period. And for movies, I think I would say Cinderella. Like it's a classical. And the top 3 artists that I'm currently listening to. So as of now, I'm literally obsessed with Lovely Lori and her song Love For You. And I also really like Tate McRae. And I also like the artist called Lolita. Finally, they said, despite the less education, the best. Thank you so much. Like, sometimes it's crazy that people actually like say that. Thank you so much. This question is by Sabrina Salvini, and she said, hey Queen, do you think Navaria is a counter for Selena? I don't personally think that Navaria counters Selena anyway, because I feel like to be a counter, you have to kind of stop a hero from doing what they can do, right? So an obvious counter for Selena would be Lolita, like she's stopping Selena from shooting out her arrows. But since Navaria and Selena are really similar in playstyle, it's really easy to predict how both of them will end up playing. Next they asked, have you ever been to Italy? As of now, I have not been to Italy, but I would love to go. Next question is by Log, and they asked, how are you able to reach Global 1? I'm gonna be very transparent and honest with everyone here. To reach Global 1, you're gonna have to need a team or like somebody to play with. It is not possible to reach Global 1 using solo queue unless you're a mental warrior. But I got some help from my friends and team, so. But that is not to say you can't reach Global at all using solo queue. Like, I definitely did that, and you can. Also, I love your gameplay so much. As I'm a girl who's second main to Selena, it really gives me determination to become better. Well, I'm really glad that my gameplays are able to help people in playing Selena. Next question is by Marcus, and they asked, what would you do if there's 5 Lolitas and 5 Selenas in Shadow Brawl? Next question is by I'm Not You, and they asked, in MLBB, who are the other heroes you use besides Selena? I use Flora and Angela and Guinevere. Question is by Katsuna, and they said, how did you know Zero? To be honest, it was quite a long time ago and I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we were enemies, and then he friended me afterwards and then we played. So yeah, simple. What did Zero tell you in the So Zero Told Me His Secret video? What if I told you it was just for content? Yeah, I just wanted to make something stupid, so I just put that as the title. Do you play Lance the same as Selena? Well, I would play Lance if he was beautiful like Selena. What are your other hobbies other than playing ML? Occasionally I do read, and occasionally I do also sew. But by all means, I'm not good at sewing. It's just something I picked up from, what do you call it, like my generation, like my ancestors or whatever. Next question is well, some of these I already answered previously, so I'll just get to like the questions that. What heroes did you play before Selena? Before Selena, ironically, somehow I was on Odette main. I don't even know how. But after she got revamped and she had her new model, I didn't like Odette anymore. If you were playing Selena, which character would you play and why? I would play Angela more because I like riding my teammates. But in all seriousness, I would pick Angela because she's just easier to play. Yeah. Speak any other languages? Yeah, I speak English, obviously. I speak Maltese, which is my national language. And I also study Arabic in school. The only reason I decided to start studying Arabic is because it's really similar to my national language, Maltese, and it made things easier. The only key difference is that Maltese uses the Latin alphabet, while Arabic uses its own unique alphabet. But other than that, yeah, words are very similar. How much money have you spent on Mobile Legends? If you take a guess. No judging, I've spent well over 1.5k across like 7 years I've played. I think if I were to take a rough estimate, I would say I would have spent like probably close to 1k as well. Like, especially once they released the weekly diamond pass, I haven't been spending on MLBB as much. But before that, I used to spend a lot, so yeah. Your top 3 Selena skins. I would say Thunderflash, Stun, and Lady Vengeance. Are you planning to do live cam videos or maybe even start streaming? As of live cam videos, I'm not too sure, but I would definitely love to start streaming once I get better material, so definitely look forward to that. MBTI. So actually recently I took this test because someone in my messages kept telling me to take it. You know who you are, you know who you are. And according to the test, I'm an INTJ, which to be fair, I do find to be kind of true because I am more introverted and I don't like talking as much to people. And I also believe in critical thinking, so I don't really think that much with emotions. So let me give you guys a scenario, right? Let's say 2 people get into a fight, right? And one person is like crying all the time and the other person is just like, you know, normal. I feel like you have to listen to both sides of the story and not like listen to people's emotions, because like I feel like people put emotions over critical thinking. Now, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I do have emotions and I'm not heartless, and I definitely do know when someone's at their limit. Like, if you think something that you say or do is gonna hurt somebody, don't say it at all. Like, if you're having any doubts, then it's obviously bad. And if you don't have any doubts, then, well, I mean, good for you. But generally, I like to think that if I have any doubts about something, then it's probably not the best choice. Do you get dizzy after playing Selena nonstop? I feel like, especially if you're trying to learn a hero who has to move their camera all the time, maybe at first you will feel kind of dizzy. But for me personally, I've never had any issues with like dizziness or whatever when playing Selena. How do you control your emotional damage when you get paired with dumb teammates? So oftentimes I try not to pay them like any mind or any attention, because I know that like eventually they'll play. Because let's say maybe someone does bad enough for them to like start saying they're gonna go AFK, right? Like, I would just say go AFK, because like in reality they're not gonna go AFK, because like it's boring not doing anything. Like, multiple times people have told me that they were gonna go AFK, and what happened? They ended up playing. So to be fair, I have a lot going on, and I don't care if I lose. Like, I'll just be playing with them once and then that's it. I can block them afterwards. But please, like, don't troll. It's not fun. Like, you can troll in classic, okay, but rank, no. But sometimes, yes, it does get a bit frustrating, and Obviously, I do end up flaming them in the chat, I won't lie. But you don't understand, sometimes these people are grown women, grown men crying on the game. At a certain point, you're like, what? Like, you're literally genuinely confused. But that's enough also on this topic because it's not gonna look good if I keep going. So yeah. Who's your main in the hit 4v1 game Identity 5? Pharaoh lady, oh my god. Like, she's so gorgeous, look at her. How are you, for real? Guys, I have something to admit.
I'm a wolf!
But genuinely, I'm doing fine, thank you. Where are you from? You sound very American, like bloody ear kind of confuses me. Well, I do get this question sometimes. I'm from Malta. It's a small island in the middle of the Mediterranean. And as for my accent, I have no idea how it developed. I'm serious. Why did you start a YouTube channel and why did you choose to be a Selena main? Well, I started like a YouTube channel as kind of like my personal journal in a way for Selena. But then I realized I actually had like a lot of passion for playing Selena, so more or less that's why I started the YouTube channel, because I wanted to see if like, you know, I could create something that is very unique to me and like just to my main hero Selena, and maybe grow big as an EU content creator, because I barely see any people who play on EU and are like content creators. How do you play so well with high ping? I just want to preface, the only hero I can play well with high ping is Selena. Are you trans? No, I am not trans. And now the make it or break it question. Will I be doing a face reveal? Unfortunately, as of now, I won't be doing a face reveal as there's a lot of things that I would like to change about myself. So, sorry to disappoint. Maybe when I reach a certain goal on YouTube, I will be doing one. Sorry to the people who asked questions and were on this video. It's just there was a lot to put in one video and it would take me quite some time to go through literally everything. But I do appreciate people asking and are actually curious. Maybe I'll actually reply in the comment section to certain people who I haven't responded to, but nonetheless, thank you so much for commenting. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support that I've been receiving. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching.